Didn't know you were such a slacker.
Why isn't he here yet?
Por que ele ainda não está aqui?
Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first.
Mas esqueça isso. Agora começa a sua próspera aparição no palco, titia.
Everyone, listen up! Your attention, please!
Todos escutem. Sua atenção, por favor.
We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash. This is the final match.
Chegamos ao clímax do torneio da Frota Crux. Essa é a partida final.
We've seen many exciting battles today, and now, at long last, the two finalists have emerged.
Após vários combates muito emocionantes, finalmente temos 2 finalistas nesse palco, hoje.
Now, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. Though few have seen her, her reputation knows no bounds.
Primeiro, eu gostaria de apresentar ela. Vocês nunca devem ter visto, mas com certeza já ouviram falar do nome dela, a titia.
She strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of her name causes even Fatui harbingers to turn pale in the face. Introducing Liua's traveling hero!
Ela amedronta Osial, e a mera menção de seu nome faz até o rosto dos mensageiros dos Fatui se empalidecer. Introduzimos a vocês a heroína viajante de Liua, titia.
Wow!
Uau!
I've been waiting for this moment.
Eu estava esperando por este momento.
I'm sure everyone witnessed her thrilling match in the semifinals.
Penso que todos viram seu incrível desempenho nas semifinais.
But today's final round will surely take things up a notch.
Mas a rodada final de hoje certamente vai elevar o próximo nível.
As for our other combatant, he still hasn't arrived.
Quanto a nosso outro combatente, ele ainda não chegou.
Come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just forfeit for not showing up like in previous rounds. This is the finals.
Vamos lá, porque ele poderia estar demorando tanto. Esta não pode ser como a rodada anterior, diretamente decidida por uma desistência. Esta é a final.
Apologies! Everyone just sit tight!
Minhas desculpas, esperem só um pouco. Talvez eles tenham confundido o horário das partidas?
They've got no other choice. If he doesn't show up, we'll just have to postpone the match.
Não temos outra escolha. Se ele não aparecer, teremos que adiar a partida.
Wait a moment. Something doesn't seem right about this.
Espere um momento. Algo não parece certo sobre isso.
Captain Beidou, perhaps we should check on the prize.
Capitã Beidou, talvez devêssemos checar o prêmio. No caso, a caixa contendo a visão.
Traveler, come with us.
Titia, venha conosco.
Let me see.
Deixe-me ver.
It's gone all right. The vision is missing.
Realmente sumiu. A visão desapareceu.
Huh? Did somebody steal it? Who would dare do such a thing in broad daylight?
Hã? Alguém roubou ela? Quem teria coragem de fazer isso em plena luz do dia?
We don't know when it was taken exactly.
Nem sabemos exatamente quando ela foi roubada.
I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain Beidou.
Nunca pensei que alguém aqui tivesse coragem de cruzar a Capitã Beidou.
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature's watchful gaze.
Não é preciso se preocupar. Mesmo o truque de mão mais astuto não escapa do olhar atento da natureza.
The culprit has only acted recently. They will not have gotten far.
O ladrão só agiu recentemente. Ele não deve ter ido longe.
The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain to get it back.
A visão era o prêmio que eu havia oferecido, e era minha responsabilidade cuidar dela. Farei questão de recuperá-la.
Well, if you insist. I'll leave the matter to you then.
Bem, se você insiste, deixarei a questão com você então.
I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation to all the spectators that came to see the match.
Vou ficar aqui e tentar oferecer alguma explicação a todos os espectadores que vieram ver a partida.
If you would, please come with me.
Titia, siga-me. Meu oponente não veio de qualquer forma.
But we're on an island. Where could he have possibly run to?
Mas estamos em uma ilha. Para que lado ele poderia ter ido?
Come with me. I can sense the winds are coming.
Venha comigo. Posso sentir que os ventos estão vindo.
I'll stay behind and explain the situation here. Just get the vision back. The spectators were all geared up to see an exciting match. I can't let them return disappointed.
Huh? A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there, we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the prize in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't you stop him?
You'll see shortly. The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
Get back! You're open!
This moment will be frozen in time.
Steady as stone.
Cool it. Dodge this.
The wrong test subject becomes the hunted.
You caught up with me? How is that possible?
Você me alcançou. Como isso é possível?
I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and still you caught up to me.
Eu tinha até preparado um barco para garantir uma fuga rápida, e mesmo assim você me pegou.
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
Nenhum barco conseguiria se igualar à velocidade do vento.
The wind? What are you talking about? Oh, I get it. Your vision.
O vento? Do que você está falando? Ah, entendi. Sua visão.
Drat! If I only had a vision. Or, if I could activate this one, then you'd never be able to catch me.
Maldição. Se ao menos eu tivesse uma visão, ou se eu pudesse ativar esta, então você nunca seria capaz de me pegar.
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems you know precious little about how to conceal yourself from nature's gaze.
Isso não tem nada a ver com visões. Você pode ser hábil em desaparecer de uma multidão, mas parece que sabe muito pouco sobre como se esconder do olhar da natureza.
Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. And on top of that, I could hear your boasting and proud laughter in the wind as I was pursuing you.
Além disso, a rota de fuga escolhida foi falha por razões muito numerosas para entrar em detalhes. E além disso, pude ouvir seus risos arrogantes e orgulhosos ao vento enquanto eu perseguia.
In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand heist, namely speed, stealth, and style.
Em outras palavras, você não cumpriu nenhum dos critérios básicos para um grande golpe, nomeadamente velocidade, furtividade e estilo.
You...
Você...
But most disappointing of all is the state of the vision in your hand.
Mas o mais decepcionante de tudo é o estado da visão em sua mão.
It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire indiscriminately.
Parece que a visão não responde ao desejo humano indiscriminadamente.
Fine. I admit it.
Tá bom, eu admito.
I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register after hearing that this fighting contest was full of a bunch of lousy fighters. I fought my way to the finals and...
Estou de olho nessa visão já há algum tempo. Decidi me registrar após ouvir que este torneio de luta estava cheio de um bando de péssimos lutadores. Eu lutei para chegar à final e...
So you were supposed to be our opponent.
Ah, então você deveria ter sido nosso oponente.
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along, but then you showed up.
Eu sempre tive a intenção de ganhar o concurso apenas pela habilidade, mas então você apareceu.
After watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision so easily after coming all this way.
Depois de assistir às semifinais, eu sabia que não tinha nenhuma chance. Mas eu não estava prestes a desistir da visão tão facilmente. E depois de ter vindo até aqui.
Since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone's attention was on you and Beto.
Já que não adiantava tentar enfrentá-la na partida, decidi usar bem minhas habilidades, enquanto a atenção de todos estava voltada para você e a Beidou.
I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow you still managed to catch up to me.
Estava convencido de que tinha me preparado completamente para minha fuga, mas de alguma forma você ainda conseguiu me alcançar. Você não tem para onde fugir agora, só desista.
Drat. This should have gone differently.
Ah, maldição. Isso poderia ter sido diferente. Haverá consequências se você resistir mais.
I know an empty threat when I hear one.
Conheço uma ameaça vazia quando escuto uma. Se você entregar a visão, deixaremos você ir.
Fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't activate once I took it anyway. It's nothing but a useless shell to me.
Tudo bem, mas é melhor ser sincero. Ela não se ativou uma única vez desde que a levei de qualquer forma. Não passa de uma casca inútil para mim.
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing is breaking the culprit's arms.
Sabe? De acordo com as leis do mar, a pena por roubo é quebrar os seus braços.
You're not serious, are you?
Hã? Você não está falando sério, tá?
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and you damaged the reputation of the captain of the Crux fleet.
Sem falar que o item que você roubou era um prêmio. Você não apareceu para a partida final e prejudicou a reputação da capitã da frota Crux.
It seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on your forehead with a hot iron.
Parece que seria mais do que justo marcar a palavra ladrão em sua testa com um ferro quente.
Whoa, whoa! We don't need to go that far, do we?
Ei, não precisamos ir tão longe assim, não é?
I never would have guessed you could be so cruel.
Eu nunca teria imaginado que você pudesse ser tão cruel.
If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
Se é aqui que uma conversa me leva, então esqueça. Vou arriscar uma briga.
Time to clean up.
Cool it!
Everybody stand back!
Just a temporary...
No, no. Do what you want, but please, don't brand my forehead, please!
Não, faça o que você quiser, mas por favor, não marque a minha testa, por favor.
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms near. Yet still the gods do not bestow their favor upon him.
Ele perseverou até o fim, e agora a morte se aproxima. Ainda assim, os deuses não lhe concederam sua graça.
Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my mind. No further punishment for you.
Largue a visão e saia. Eu mudei de ideia. Sem mais punições para você.
Huh?
Hã?
What's wrong? Are you asking for more punishment?
O que houve? Você está pedindo por mais punições?
It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable and fits the way of the samurai.
A decisão é sua. Tal disposição é louvável e se encaixa no caminho do samurai.
No need for that. Thank you for releasing me. You truly are generous.
Não, eu não faria isso. Obrigado por me libertar. Você é verdadeiramente generoso.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it. Were you just trying to scare him?
A Paimon não entendeu. Você estava apenas tentando assustá-lo?
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision remained in his hands.
Eu não tenho prazer em assustar os outros. Eu estava apenas testando todas as possibilidades enquanto a visão permanecia em suas mãos.
When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. I thought it may be an opportunity for him to awaken the vision.
Quando as pessoas são forçadas a se encurralar, é quando sua maior força aparecerá. Pensei que poderia ser uma oportunidade para ele despertar a visão.
But unfortunately, nothing happened.
Mas infelizmente nada aconteceu. Então você esteve planejando isso o tempo inteiro?
Yes. I wanted to know whether it were possible for an extinguished vision to be reawakened.
Sim, eu queria saber se é possível que uma visão extinguida seja despertada novamente.
From the moment he stole the vision, I decided to use him for this experiment.
A partir do momento em que ele roubou a visão, decidi usá-lo para esse experimento.
I've tried many other methods in the past.
Eu tentei muitos outros métodos no passado.
Though few tales tell of a masterless vision reawakening.
Apesar de poucos contos contarem de um despertar da visão sem mestre.
After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible.
Depois de ver você comandar vários elementos, imaginei que nada fosse impossível.
Come, why don't you give it a try? Let's see if you can give me the answer I'm hoping for.
Venha, você pode tentar. Vamos ver se você consegue me dar a resposta que eu espero. Vou tentar.
The vision didn't seem to respond at all.
A visão não parece responder de jeito nenhum.
I see. So you are also unable to rekindle the vision.
Entendo. Então você também não consegue despertar novamente a visão.
No matter. This was expected. I suppose this vision is still mine to take for now.
Não importa. Isso era o esperado. Suponho que esta visão ainda seja minha por enquanto. Por que você é tão apegado a essa visão?
Yeah, what's the story behind this vision anyway?
Sim, qual a história por trás dessa visão no fim das
The
contas?
story begins with an old friend.
A história começa com um antigo amigo.
He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day, I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless.
Talvez um dia eu possa descobrir que tudo o que estou fazendo é apenas sem sentido.
But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling beauty of nature that lies along the way, while still retaining the warrior way in my heart.
Mas como um samurai errante, não só encontro sentido nas viagens e na beleza da natureza, que se espalha pelo caminho. Eu ainda mantenho o caminho do guerreiro em meu coração. Kazuha.
It's just another way of saying I do as I please.
É só um outro jeito de dizer que eu faço o que eu quero.
All right then. It's time we returned.
Muito bem, então. É hora de voltarmos. Vamos lá.
Allow me to gather the wind for us once more.
Permita-me reunir o vento para nós mais uma vez.
Huh? Did Beta leave already? Maybe she went back to her ship.
Beidou já saiu? Talvez ela tenha voltado para o seu navio?
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady Ningguang.
Se você está procurando pela capitã, ela foi chamada por Ningguang.
It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time and has attracted her attention.
Parece que o torneio da frota Crux se descontrolou desta vez e atraiu sua atenção.
Captain Beidou was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor.
A capitã Beidou estava murmurando algo sobre o fato de Ningguang ser uma estraga-prazeres quando ela se dirigia para o porto de Liyue.
It's not unusual for those two to be at odds with one another.
Não é raro que essas duas estejam em desacordo uma com a outra.
But still, Captain Beidou was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion. She had been looking forward to it for quite some time.
Mas mesmo assim, a capitã Beidou ficou desapontada por não ter testemunhado a coroação de um novo campeão. Ela estava ansiosa por isso há bastante tempo.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final round.
Aquele que roubou a visão era originalmente para ser o adversário desta heroína na rodada final.
He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea of stealing the prize took hold in his mind.
Ele sabia que não tinha nenhuma chance de ganhar a partida, portanto a ideia perversa de roubar o prêmio se instalou em sua mente.
In which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear-cut conclusion.
Nesse caso, o torneio da frota Crux chega a uma conclusão clara.
Huh? So that's what happened?
Então isso que aconteceu?
If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified. And our hero here is the champion.
Se for esse o caso, então as regras estipulam que ele é desqualificado. E nossa heroína aqui é a campeã.
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like this.
Paimon imaginou que ganharíamos e tudo mais, mas não assim.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor deserved. Now, let me go prepare the champion's medal to award you.
Não importa. Como diz o ditado, honra dada é honra merecida. Agora, deixe-me ir preparar a medalha de campeão para lhe dar a condecoração. Então, será que agora poderemos viajar para Inazuma?
Yes, I believe so. Though Captain Beidou is no longer present here, I'll be sure she receives word of it. She is a woman of her word.
Sim, eu acredito que sim. Embora a capitã Beidou não esteja mais presente aqui, eu terei certeza de que ela receberá notícias disso. Ela é uma mulher de sua palavra.
But the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued by a perpetual tempest the entire trip.
Mas a viagem a Inazuma é uma viagem traiçoeira. Você será atormentada por uma tempestade perpétua durante toda a viagem.
In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment of the Raiden Shogun's will to close the nation.
Na verdade, a chuva e os ventos incessantes são também uma encarnação da vontade da Shogun Raiden de fechar a nação.
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the weather just with the power of her mind?
Espere um segundo, você está dizendo que ela pode mudar o tempo só com o poder de sua mente?
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 archons. If Liyue's Morax could form Guyun's stone forest by casting down his stone spears, then it should come as no great surprise that the Raiden Shogun is capable of summoning an eternal tempest.
Não esqueçamos que esta é uma das 7 arcontes. Se Morax de Liyue pôde formar a floresta de pedra Guiyun, lançando suas lanças de pedra, então não deveria ser uma grande surpresa que a Shogun Raiden seja capaz de invocar uma tempestade eterna.
Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the alcove will need some time. You will be notified once all the preparations have been made.
Basta dizer que você deseja viajar para Inazuma. O alcove vai precisar de algum tempo. Você será notificada, uma vez que todos os preparativos tenham sido feitos.
In the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will travel all across the vast lands of Liyue in the hope of finding a way to
Enquanto isso,
reawaken the vision.
pretendo embarcar em uma viagem minha. Viajarei por todas as vastas terras de Liyue, na esperança de encontrar uma maneira de despertar a visão.
Paimon believes you'll find a way for sure.
Paimon acredita que você definitivamente vai conseguir encontrar uma maneira.
Thank you. May both our journeys prove meaningful.
Obrigada. Que ambas as nossas jornadas sejam gratificantes. Significativas.
One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the storm may well prove to be the most arduous.
Uma última palavra de advertência. A parte de sua jornada que se encontra antes da tempestade pode muito bem revelar-se a mais árdua.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. What can I do for you, traveler?
O que posso fazer por você, viajante? Sobre a viagem para Inazuma.
Ah, yes. I've heard that you've already made arrangements with the captain of the Crux fleet regarding your passage to Inazuma. Is that correct?
Sim, eu já ouvi dizer que a capitã da frota Crux já prometeu a vocês para levá-las para Inazuma, certo?
Now that I think about it, it's been quite some time since I last visited those lands. Unfortunately, I don't have any current intel that would be worth sharing with you.
Na verdade, já faz muito tempo que não vou até lá, e não tenho informações aqui que seriam úteis para você.
There you are. You're the traveler that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right?
Finalmente te encontrei. Você é a viajante que a capitã se orgulha? Já ficamos esperando por muito tempo.
Oh, is that right? Well, it's an honor to meet you.
Me sinto muito honrado.
The fleet has nearly completed reprovisioning. Once the crews have taken a head count, we can get underway.
Estamos terminando os preparativos de suprimentos. Assim que as equipes fizerem a contagem, podemos prosseguir.
Captain Beidou sent me to come get you. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're aboard.
A capitã me mandou para te procurar. Assim que você chegar, vamos partir.
Seems Beidou is the captain of her word.
Of course! There are many things that the captain insists upon. I'm sure you'll see for yourself once you're on board.
So you'll be heading off then? I suppose congratulations are in order. Whether the journey before you leads to the heights of the heavens or the depths of the abyss, each step you take is another achievement. Until we meet again, Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Oh, it's kinda hard to say goodbye now. We practically see each other every day.
Well, if that's how you feel, why not come and find me when you arrive? I'll be awaiting you on Narukami Island.
So there's another Catherine in Inazuma? See, there's no need to get all sappy now.
Well, I guess it's time for you to bid farewell to Liyue Harbor. Now that I've delivered my message, I'll be heading back. The ship is currently anchored off of Guyun Stone Forest.
Okay, thanks for coming all this way to let us know.
Just following orders. I'll see you two aboard the Alcor.
Ah, you finally made it. All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. If it were anyone else, I might have set sail already. Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on time. The crew have just finished making final preparations. Well, now that everyone's here, we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest. The nation of eternity.
Anchors away!
Ahoy there. So, you finally made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say, honored guests.
Shush!
You can blame your almighty Shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been growing all the more fierce lately. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've gotten to know recently.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. It seems even the stormy seas can't keep rumors of these outlanders' sterling deeds at bay.
Oh, it's sure nice to hear you say that.
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer around these parts. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on you, I'll be sure to deal with him personally the next time I'm around.
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here. I do have a wanted fugitive on board after all.
Oh, right. Kazuha.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
Fair seas, Captain time, Beto. Bye-bye!
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border checkpoint.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the down low. Are we just gonna walk into the government's hands?
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku Decree. You wouldn't be able to avoid inspection even if you tried. So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Hello? Please state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. Oh, except you, Toma. You must be new here. Excuse me? Please provide the information requested, and also declare any goods you are carrying with you. Oh, well, I'm sorry. We cannot approve entry for purely personal reasons. So, unless you have a valid reason for visiting in accordance with the rules... My apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are the entry papers, for your kind perusal.
What? Take your time. No rush or anything.
I just wanted to see what you'd say. Sorry about that.
I see. Okay. Your papers are all in order. Welcome to Rito.
So, where do we go next?
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito, there's a process you have to go through with them.
Sheesh. So it is super strict, just like everyone says.
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, people from everywhere else are referred to as outsiders. As the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma with the Sakoku Decree in force. Not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. I like how you think. I've got a feeling we're going to get along very well. Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affairs Agency. Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
The Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth. You really haven't heard of it before?
What's the hurry? What's the hurry?
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you want to apply for residency? Both of you?
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million mora.
2 million? For a processing fee? Are you serious?
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total. Don't worry, you can trust my math.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math as...
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine. I think you'll find I'm one face you recognize.
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to 400,000 mora total.
Thank you ever so much, Miss Eureka. But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 Mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you to dinner too. How does that sound?
That's not how you haggle! By all means, bargain the price down, but...
All right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make a record.
Much obliged.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here!
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. Processing fee is just a figure of speech. The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money, so it becomes a question of how much they can make. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for residency...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth!
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy. Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this closed nation era, there's very little that can be done about it. The most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came about.
So it's a trade association built by and for Outlanders?
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides help, support, and structure for Outlanders trying to survive on Rito. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement when you're an Outlander in Inazuma.
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that you are Outlanders, it's certainly a lofty aspiration. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life gazes up in awe. Huh. I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after lunch?
Uh-huh. And is that likely?
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun.
Really? Wow! The Rito Fixer is better connected than we thought!
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, before we get there, connections come at a high price, you understand?
Not you too!
No. In this instance, when I say price, I'm not talking about Mora. In fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve some of their problems first. I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule for dealing with situations like this.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep everyone indebted to you.
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Never mind. Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are constantly struggling to survive. Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. See if there's any way you can help. The head of the association is called Caricio, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him. I'll wait for you here. Caricio will reach his wit's end if things carry on like they are. Go see what you can do for him.
Please have your documents and proof of identification ready.
Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. The Outlander Affairs Agency took you for all you're worth, I suppose. Good. That's a relief. You need to be careful, or you'll find yourself losing your savings all at once.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties lately. Is that true?
Yes. Left, right, and center. Obstacles at every turn. But that's nothing new for us.
The Sakoku Decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone who wants to come here from overseas.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku Decree might restrict our scope of activity, but in and of itself, it doesn't stop us from being able to enjoy a comfortable existence. No. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants dry is those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, of the 3 commissions, that's the one that oversees everything on Rito, isn't it?
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate, unbelievable regulations, and that's not the worst of it. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay our taxes. It used to be Mora, but now it's something called Crystal Marrow.
Crystal Marrow? What's that?
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either, until the new decree came along. Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya in his youth. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this Crystal Marrow. But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising demand for Crystal Marrow drove the price higher and higher. Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. We can't get a hold of it anywhere else.
Isn't that what they call a monopoly?
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but to buy from them because the tax decree forces us to. It's a vicious cycle, the consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. And once that happens... We've tried communicating with the Commission directly. But this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will never be heard over the ever-present roar of thunder. Fontaine, my dear homeland. I miss you an awful lot at the moment.
Sounds awful. They're really bleeding them dry. What do you think we should do? But Kreese is the head of the association, and even he hasn't had any luck. Not to mention, we're Outlanders too.
Right. And besides, I think this may well be the fate they've ordained for us.
Okay. Well, we could try tackling the problem by going to the other party involved.
That vendor... I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped contacting us. I have no idea where he sources this stuff.
Well, it definitely sounds like he's being unfair. How do we find him? We could go talk to him and see if he lets anything slip.
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association and you're new to Rito, he may just let his guard down. If I remember correctly, our usual meeting point with him is under a tree by the coast in the residential district. See if you can find him there.
Got it! We're on the case!
I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals? So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my sources, I might as well hand you the whole darn business. Trade secret. Got it? You know what trade and secret mean, right?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here. Karisu and his associates sent you here to try and plead their case, didn't they? They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable, not by a single Mora.
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place, and they ought to be more grateful. If it weren't for me, they'd be in seriously hot water.
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea. Let's check back in with him.
That was quick. You resolved it already?
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
No? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. I'll help as much as I can. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand. Oh, that guy? I'm familiar. He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by, but he seems to have suddenly shot up in the world recently. I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the International Trade Association.
Member of the International Trade Association? So he's an Outlander too?
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading between Leah and Inazuma. When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of Outlanders that ended up stranded on Rito.
What a bummer!
The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the association members found it increasingly difficult to make ends meet.
So he left the association and turned his back on them.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount of gratitude and warmth left in them somewhere.
Really? Is that all you need to know?
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in with him. Something tells me you've come up...
What's the hurry?
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking about Mondstadt. Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember the last time I was there. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back. Oh, my hometown, the home of freedom. How I long to go back and visit.
Oh, it's working!
So, trying to play my heartstrings like a liar, are you? I know what you're up to. Huh? What is this? What are you up to now?
Just close your eyes already!
You mean the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants. Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern right. Oh, look at them floating up into the sky.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he really does miss Liyue Harbor.
Liyue. Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it. You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? And I suppose they are far from home, just like me. Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I like to imagine it's the voice of my hometown, carried across the ocean. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and slip away. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them and free myself from this anguish?
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. But I couldn't do it. I'm not strong enough. So I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me. And make Mondstadters look like the worst people in the world. All right, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside, and I can't take it anymore.
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, but now it's time to make things right. So come on, get it off your chest. What's the deal here?
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru, Keijiro and his companions. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collection Ashigaru.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. It's barely enough for me to live on. Evidence? You're right. Without conclusive evidence, he will never admit it. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always heads to the same place. It's always made me suspicious. As it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago. I can show you where he went if you want.
Really? Well, then there's no time to lose. Let's go.
Keijiro! It's him!
After him!
Which one should I choose? Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who else is behind on payments?
Too close! That's too close! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
What was that sound?
Shh! Quiet! Don't let him find us!
Must be hearing things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little. Huh? Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we'd made less noise.
Keijiro! It's him!
After him!
If any Outlanders are having trouble, feel free to visit the International Trade.
Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any Love or freedom. Which one should I choose?
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Should I close early?
He's getting further and further away! Let's...
Now, who else is behind on payments?
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little. He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
What was that sound?
Shh! Quiet! Don't let him find us!
Must be hearing things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
What could he be doing at a place like this?
It looked like he buried something over there, didn't it? Why don't we take a look? Whoa, it's a ledger. Boring! Hyman thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here. Yeah.
Let me take a look here. Ah, yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete record of every single transaction, each one proof of his guilt.
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence. Let's go tell Karisu the good news, shall we?
I'll say goodbye to you here then.
Huh? You aren't gonna come with us?
I need a little more time before I'm ready to face the head of the association. I'm sorry.
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty awkward guy, huh?
Off we go! Adventure time!
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss. There'll be nothing left for us to do but starve.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you? Another new member of the association?
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal marrow to sell it right back to the taxpayers.
Huh? Is this true?
You've been swindling us!
Well, You see, the taxes,
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at that? Every payment the association has made is right here in your personal ledger. So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do. How shall we settle this,
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite obvious that I'm merely trying to earn a modest living for myself, like anyone else.
Word has it that Samurai and the Commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm sure Commission members won't blame you once word gets out.
Huh? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an illustrious gentleman such as yourself were to have their reputation tarnished.
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest we do about it?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession, correct? Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could finally have some more breathing room.
Is that it?
Do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden? Fine. In that case, I'll send it over to you today.
And not even an ounce of shame for his actions.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my losses?
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good deal here.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off so easily.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just now?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to lend them a helping hand, but they're never grateful.
A helping hand? The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth. I assure you that Hirage Shinsuke will hear of this.
Oh, and you dare to utter the Commissioner's name. You Outlanders have no respect for the rules. Seize the merchants! We will resolve this dispute back at headquarters.
Uh-oh. This is going in a bad direction.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If there's a dispute to resolve, let's get a drink and talk it over.
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right mind would I join you for a drink?
You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro Commission may be, you have no business meddling in Rito's affairs.
Of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young... lady of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would you?
That fan, the Shirasagi Himegimi. I don't need any trouble with her. Okay, let's forget all this. It'll give us one less thing to worry about.
But, Chief!
Enough! We're leaving.
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is well and truly burned then.
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship with the Kanjo Commission had to suffer for our sake.
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's anyone you should be thanking, it's the Traveler. She's the one who found a way to turn things around. If nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru will tread a little more carefully in the future.
Toma, what was all that?
Shh, not here. Too many people listening. Let's move somewhere else. Corruption seems rife in the Kanjo Commission. They truly are rotten to the core. All right, time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Straight to the point. Let me reintroduce myself. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island. I'm an attendant of the Shirasagi Himegimi.
You've been keeping your true identity a secret from us this whole time? So, the Yashiro Commission. Guessing that's another branch of the Tri-Commission?
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'd go into more detail on what exactly that covers, but I'm not even sure myself. I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato Ayaka, also known as the Shirasagi Himegimi.
Seems like she must be super famous in Inazuma, given the reaction of those guys just now.
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified, and kind-hearted, too. The people of Inazuma quite adore Miss Kamisato. Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato, despite the fact that he's the current head of the clan. I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's situation certainly seems to attest to that. Take me, for example. I'm just an attendant, and yet she treats me as an equal, as she would a friend. You're asking the right questions, and to be honest, I don't want to keep you in the dark any more than is necessary. Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of relationships on the island, and I got to know Captain Beto during that time too.
Still pretty good going for just a month's work.
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery, but the main thing was I had to make sure I'd be in time to receive you when you arrived. Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from hearing about your feats in Mondstadt and Liyue. So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, she began looking forward to your arrival with great anticipation. She's excited to find out whether the rumors are true. That is, that you have what it takes to change the tide of the times.
Change the tide of the times?
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the way to turn the situation around. Navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. It's just what Miss Kamisato had hoped to see. With your help, even the Vision Hunt Decree... That's an unexpected development. Perhaps our sources were misleading. Yes, of course. I completely understand, and as agreed, I shall help set that up for you.
Toma sure didn't put up much of a fight.
Well, my work on Rito is done. So I suppose this is goodbye for now. Oh, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. When you get to Narukami Island, you can find me at the Komori Tea House, as per the letter. Good luck with everything. See you soon.
to get going. Huh? What's up? Oh, right! Paimon forgot all about that! Wait, so did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! No wonder he was so matter-of-fact about the whole thing! As soon as we get off Ritu, Paimon's going straight to Kamui!